There is power behind every story we carry within. Every tragedy, no, yes, laugh, victory. And every testimony that is incubated within our souls have power. The power to transform, from tragedy to crown, from obstacle to opportunity, and all the moments in between make us wiser. Watch Candid Conversations with Charisa for impactful, unheard moments that will certainly spark your power and inner truth to shift, heal, and restore your life. It's time to get real, uncover, unlock, unpack, set free, and increase the dialogue to change a life. We all start somewhere and end in places of destiny. Get ready for the long-awaited Candid Conversations with Charisa.
Hi, it's Charisa Monroe Wilborn, and I want to welcome you back to Candid Conversations Season 4. Yes, we are rocking, we are rolling, and it is getting better and better and better. If you are here, you've either been following my channel on YouTube, you've been subscribing, and if you haven't, now you want to subscribe, now is the time. Make sure you share, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. I love reading your comments. They are so encouraging and so supportive. So keep following for the next 8 weeks. We'll be here just having open and candid conversations about life. Stay tuned. So I get the question a lot, why you don't post as much on social media. And then I get the question, why don't you post as much, personal stuff? And well, for one, I think social media is very preferential, okay? It also has multiple uses. Different people use it for different things. I've just been one of those. I'm not a secret person, but I'm a private person with certain aspects of my life. So my personal life, I like to keep it private. It's the one thing I have. Every other part of my life is very public because of who my parents are, because of who I am, because of the legacy that I carry on my shoulders. It's already public as it is. So the part of me that's sacred is the personal side of me. And then people just too nosy. People just too nosy. They want to know what you want. They want to place judgment. I ain't got time to be feeding that. And that's just me. But I see people do it all the time. People want to share they're married and they want to share their family and they want to share their kids. And I'm very protective of my family. And I don't have any kids yet, but I know that I'm going to be protective of my kids because there are crazy people out there. There are people out there who are watching, they waiting to pounce, they wait. Like, I just don't want to feed that monster. And I get to make that decision. No one is going to tell me that I have to do any amount of anything. Now, I do appreciate using social media for promotion of business. I do appreciate social media, especially in a world where we're now more, there's more technology, the advancement of digital media is through the roof. So do I agree that you adjust and elevate and increase with the times? Absolutely. And I have a lot of value to offer. So I'm all about using social media as a way to give value to my audience, give value to people that follow. I love social media for giving value to those that are even interested. And I have a lot of value to give. And so do I use it for that? Yes. You won't see me on social media because I am a big believer that, unfortunately, sex sells. Okay, we see it on regular TV, we see it in commercials. Social media is definitely no different. People, you don't get as much followers and as much likes if you ain't showing a little bit of what, and if you ain't showing a little bit of what, and if you ain't, it ain't mean that I don't want to be youthful or I don't have to show all of that to have, for lack of a better word, a sex appeal. Like a sexy appeal or a sex appeal doesn't have to be nakedness, doesn't have to be raunchy, doesn't have to be doesn't have to be suspect. I can still be beautiful and still have an appeal that's very attractive to my husband or to a man if I wasn't married. So I won't be that. I'm personally not preferring to be that one that exposes myself physically on social media. It doesn't mean that anybody else is wrong or right in what they're doing. That's just what they prefer. If anyone is looking for that from me, they won't get that. And I will never exploit myself or any parts of me just for numbers. I don't care how many likes. I don't care how many followers. I don't care whatever is making the best on the algorithm stay. That doesn't matter to me. Once I get the value out there, if one person hears it, if one person sees it, I'm a happy camper. I'm not looking for the numbers. And a lot of people are in social media for the numbers. And one thing I'm realizing, numbers lie. Numbers lie. You have 5,000 followers, I promise you, 3,000 of them are they don't even like you. They there to be nosy. They there to see what you're doing, how you're doing, so they can turn around and do it themselves and make it better. You have people who are there for their own personal gain. The numbers lie. And then you're only posting, you and I were talking about this before, you're only posting things that you think social media wants to see or that people want to see, or you're posting the things that look perfect or that looks good or that looks right. How about you start posting the truth or start posting what's real? And if I can't post what's real and true, I'd rather not post at all. And so even in my conversations that I have on this show, I want to be real. I want to be candid. I want to be transparent. I want to be authentic. So yes, I talk about my marriage a lot because that's new to me, but that's real for me. That's real adjustment. That's real life. That's real pain. That's real hurt. That's real joy. That's real happiness. That's a real husband that I have. I'm a real woman and we have real problems. I get to talk about that. I'm not going to hold back just because people don't like it. That's what it is. I promise you, the same problems I have and you're having. But I want to use the value and the lessons that I learned from my real life problems to give value and to help. And if I'm not using it for that, I'm not going to exploit myself on social media just because people want to be nosy. No, it's no different than when I was getting married. If you knew I was getting married, or that I was married, it's because I told you. I was not gonna be one that, because everybody is posting their entire marriage and wedding on social media, that's what I was gonna do. No, I made a choice and I didn't need anybody's permission. And so we got married. A group of people were there. We had a handful of people that knew we were getting married. They got invitations. We did the whole 9 yards, but I just did not want to post my marriage and my wedding on social media. And there was absolutely no one that said you had to. And so I didn't. And it doesn't mean that I'm any less married than anybody. I am a married woman living with a real married man. And we are doing everything married people do. And that these pictures, lack of pictures, don't make it any less. And I'm glad I went that route. Now, I'm on social media. Do I enjoy seeing people wedding pictures? Absolutely. If that's what you want us to see, for our enjoyment, what I say, for your entertainment, then I'm going to enjoy. If you want to post about your family, then I'm all there for it. I will support. You want a follower? I'll be one of your followers. But I get to choose what I post. Now, do I agree that social media can be used as a way to grow your business, to grow your brand, to even expose and express your gift? Absolutely. Am I all there and here for it? Absolutely. So do I believe that social media overexposes, over glamour across the board? Yes. Whether you have people who are overexposing their over glamour in family, in their own physical appearance, and definitely in business. Yes, I think especially as leaders. So as leaders, we have to be so wise and so careful. Do I believe that these are tools that we can make as a part of our system and our strategy? Yes. We are advancing technology-wise. So do I agree? Use social media? Yes. But don't only show what looks to be perfect. Because really and truly, there's so much that happens before perfection. And even when you think about it, even when you think it's perfection, there's still so much more to be done that can be better. But this is the lie. That's the lie that social media tells. That is the false representation that social media gives when you only see people when they are what they think is their top or their pinnacle or their peak in business or on a project or on a particular task. They only show you when it's done. They show you when it's done. They show you when it's complete. You see when it's complete. And that's fine, but don't make it look so easy, because there are so many young people especially who believe that, we are this generation where, life is a microwave. And life is not a microwave. Life is not a microwave where you want this thing and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then boom, you got it. No, there's so much work that goes into it. And so do I agree that sometimes you can show the progress of getting somewhere, or sometimes even the value that you can give. There's value in work. There's value in the journey. There's value in the progress. So I talk about myself a lot late, and this is literally just as of lately, because I realized that people may see me on stage. They may see me giving a talk. They may see me giving a presentation. They may see me speaking. They may see me with my husband. They may just see that, but then they don't understand the fear that comes with that. They don't understand the anxiety, the pain, the grief, the hurt, the unhappiness sometimes, or the happiness, the joy, the laughter. They don't understand all of that unless I show them that. But there's a greater appreciation that they can have for the work that they're seeing if they get to see part of the journey and part of the progress as well. So I like to tell people, hey, this is what I'm going through. And it wasn't this peachy clean all the way up. What you see may be beautiful, but the journey may be ugly. Or the journey may be beautiful, but what you see in the end might be not so pretty. It doesn't mean that the whole thing wasn't successful. It wasn't a lesson learned. Social media leaves gaps, and it has people falsely thinking that what they see is what is. And I promise you, especially social media got filters. There's a reason why social media has filters, because people are always wearing masks. People are always wearing masks, to the point where when you think you move one, there's another one. And then you think you move one, there's another one. And you think you move one, there's another one. Social media is just another 5 more masks that we do, because as humans and as imperfect people, we are always hiding. We're always defending. We're always trying to prove something. And as opposed to someone just seeing who you are. So you show up, makeup. You show up, well done. You show up perfect. Sometimes I don't mind just seeing you when you come out of bed. Now, doesn't mean that you show up like you don't care for yourself. But please brush your teeth and wash your face. But the makeup isn't necessary. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Like when God created us, He created us good. He literally created everything and then said, this is good. Like you are good just as you are. The mask only covers it up. It only covers up the value. So you know how much value that I have gotten in the last 2, 3, 4 years, especially because there was a gap between the value I got from my parents, and then it was hard for me to accept value anywhere else. And then now I'm at a place where I'm open to learning. I'm open to mastery of a lot of things I'm working on. So I'm getting value from other people, and the value that I get from them, it's not in their arrival. It's not in their mountaintop. The value I am getting from them is when they tell me about their climb, when they tell me about their progress, when they tell me about how they got there. And social media sometimes provides a gap. Like I really pray to be in front of the young folk who realize that life is not a microwave. You actually have to house, as a woman, a baby for 9 months. For 9 months, that's a process. That's a progress. Like, you don't just get pregnant. You don't just have 9 women who get pregnant and have one baby. No, like you get pregnant for 9 months, one woman, and then you have that one baby. So I love social media, but you have to be able to discern what you want to use it for, what you put out there, especially now. Like, when I go to social media and I want to know about what somebody is doing, I want to be able to see. Let me see. If you're a makeup artist, let me see your work. If you're an editor, let me see your work. If you're a singer, let me see your work. Like, if you're a speaker, let me see your work. I care less about what you ate last week Sunday. I could care less about how, and then sometimes when I want entertainment, usually I don't go to Instagram. I go to TikTok, because it's just foolishness. If I want entertainment, I'm going there. Again, another part of social media that you have your different generations who are using different platforms. And you have to know, like, you almost have to study what you're doing in order for it to make sense. For me, and I'm not saying any of it is wrong. I'm not saying any of it is right. I'm just wanting to encourage people, like, if you're going to be on there, if you're going to be real, be real. We have enough fake. We've had enough counterfeit going on for so long. Like, give me real. Even if real is raunchy, even if real is bad by your judgment, still give me real. There's lessons in real. How do you stick in there when, according to you, no one is watching your videos? Remember I said earlier, numbers lie. So the only way you even know that someone is watching is you see a number. Either you see a number of likes, you see a number of people watching. And you may have this qualitative or quantitative number in your mind. Okay, so I want to get 50 people, or the higher the number, the more popular my video is. Or you may decide to go live one day and nobody's watching, or you post something and you get 2 likes. You literally, one of the things I want people to recognize is you are not going to be for everyone. Just like how everyone ain't gonna be for you. You literally are not gonna be for everyone. But the people that you are for are going to find you. They're gonna find you, and then when they find you, if you're providing value, they're going to watch, they're going to follow, and they're going to stick. But one of the things that we miss out on is, because we want this number of people watching, this number of people following, we may do one video, we may do one post, we may do one something, and no one, and then we stop. Because we just got rejected. We felt like we got rejected. We felt denied. We felt pushed away. We felt shunned. Versus literally, you know what? I got no one today, but I'm gonna go again next week, and I'm gonna do it next week, and I'm gonna do it next week. And one of the things that helps with the growth in who is watching you is consistency. Even when no one is watching, you are saying, I'm not here for the numbers. I'm here for the value that I have to offer. And when someone sees it, whether they watch it live or whether they watch the replay, I'm gonna stick in there. And you keep posting. You keep posting your video. You keep posting your graphic. You keep posting your post. You keep posting that photo. You keep posting about whatever program you're doing. You just keep doing it, and people are gonna catch on. People want certainty. People want consistency. They don't want just a one-way wonder. Like, they want to know that, okay, so they're here, and then they're here again, and then, then maybe let me stick around and see what they have to say. So you get to stick in there and be consistent. You get to understand that if nobody sees you, it's about you. Because the more you do something, the more certain you become. The more certain you become, the less fear you have, which means the more courage you have. The more courage you have because you've done something more consistent and you become more certain, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, then the more you do it, and the better you do it, and the more mastery you are at it, the more master you are at it. And then all of a sudden, you're gonna wonder how I go from 0 people watching to 1,000. When did that happen? Well, that happened because you went 20 weeks, you went 52 weeks of being consistent and becoming more certain and fighting the fear and becoming more courageous and then becoming more confident. And when you became more confident, you just became better. And then all of a sudden people realize, man, this person has a lot of value, let me watch. But that comes with sticking in there and sticking in there even when no one is watching. I know what it is to be on social media and no one is watching and no one is following and no one is liking. Especially when you post a photo 5 days before that, but you were showing all of who you were and then they watch it and you got 5,000 likes. But then you post a valuable message and you got 5 likes. Remember I said sex sells. But you gotta stick in there. You gotta say, you know what? Y'all ain't gonna keep getting booty and breasts and think that's gonna be what it's all about. No, I have value. And somebody who is for you are gonna watch it, but it requires you just sticking in there and being consistent, being courageous, being confident, and just being best.